Today, London is home to the largest mosque in Western Europe. The Bait al-Fatah Mosque, with its shining minaret, opened its doors in 2003 and left the world gazing in its glory. Europe's skyline continued to be drawn with the inauguration of two magnificent and awe-inspiring mosques. Throughout the subsequent years, the community has continued to build mosques around the globe, and with each stride the community takes, a new and bigger mosque emerges from the horizon.
I became an Ahmadi in 1993, converting from the Church of England. At first I wasn't interested at all in Islam. It was around the time of the Ayatollah Khomeini and the controversy around Salman Rushdie, and I wasn't attracted in any way. But over time, when she talked to me more about Islam and Ahmadiyyat, I realized it was the right thing for me. I hope to continue serving the community for many years to come. We have qualities that exist in very few other groups. If we could show society what we have, they would want it too, I'm sure. I have a close family with a mother, father, brother and sister. But I also have a much bigger family, all of you, my brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.
जुबां भी महव हैरत है न याराए खामोशी है न गोयाई की ताकत है न याराए खामोशी है न गोयाई की ताकत है खिलाफत भी है आईना जुबां भी महव हैरत है.
However, the building of the Khadija Mosque was not without its own issues. Since plans to build a new mosque were formalized, a number of groups held protests and voiced their opinions, by and large unfairly and wrongly, accusing the community of denying equal rights to women and opposing a lack of religious freedom.
जमात है मुकद्दर का धनी है खिश्ते तामीरे जमात है गले में आज तक इब्लीस के जो के लानत है.
But little did they know that God foresaw everything, and it had been willed and decided that a mosque would be built in Berlin. The architectural design of the Khadija Mosque was developed by a young woman from the Ahmadiyya community in Germany. She also managed the construction process of the Khadija Mosque amongst men, a strong indication of the equality of women within the community. The mosque is built on a plot of land just over 1 acre. Permission was given for a 13-meter high minaret. The mosque has 2 halls, a flat, a guest house, a library and a conference room, providing the local community with an ideal center for both spiritual and scholarly education. At the inauguration, His Holiness in his address reassured the German people of the loyalty of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and explained the true purposes for erecting the Khadija Mosque.
This mosque we have built has not been made for any jihadi organization or any terrorist activity, but it has been built simply for the worship of Allah.
Die Moschee der Ahmadiyya-Gemeinde, rund 250 geladene Gäste kommen zur feierlichen Einweihung.
Das Besondere an der neuen Moschee: die Frauen bekommen den repräsentativen Raum unter der offenen Kuppel, im Gespräch den Mund zu bedecken.
Muss man eine Moschee bauen, das ist das Symbol für die Einheit und der Platz, wo man zusammenkommen kann.
Ob man dort mit Schuhen reinkommen kann, das ist ganz einfach gelöst. Normalerweise darf man eine Moschee ja nicht mit Schuhen betreten, aber der Boden ist mit einer dicken Plastikfolie ausgelegt.
Lehrer werden zur gleichen Zeit mit einer bunten Kette für Toleranz und Vielfalt durch Heinersdorf ziehen. Es wird noch eine Weile dauern, bis der Streit um die Moschee vorbei ist.
The opening of the mosque attracted headline news. First mosque opens in Germany's ex-communist East. First mosque in East Berlin opens. Protests failed to stop Berlin Mosque. East Germany's first mosque opens amid protests. First mosque opens in East Germany, marred by protests. East Germany's first mosque to open amid protests. From a communist area to a mosque in Germany. Doors open at Eastern Germany's first mosque. First mosque opens in former East Germany. East Germany to get its first mosque. First mosque in former East Berlin opens to protests. Opposition to the mosque is gradually subsiding and will come to an end when the message of peace starts emanating from this holy place.
From this mosque of ours, there will be no other call apart from love for humanity, affection, reconciliation, justice, and peace. And you will observe and realize that what I have said were not mere words, but were indeed acted upon. And time will, God willing, prove it to be so.
Das war eine sehr ausgewogene Veranstaltung, wo auch viele Menschen aus der Pankower Gesellschaft und darüber hinaus vertreten waren.
Sehr schön. Ich fand es sehr feierlich.
Was mir ganz besonders gefallen hat. Ich muss sagen, ich war eigentlich auch beeindruckt von dem Kalifen und von seiner Ansprache und von seinem Gesichtsausdruck, der eigentlich sehr friedlich war, sehr friedvoll war. Und
I have been very much impressed. It's an extraordinary, beautiful piece of work.
Wenn wir zurückdenken, vor 2-3 Jahren, diese zugespitzte Debatte hier im Ort. Ich erinnere mich sehr gut an die Grundsteinlegung, wie wir hier wirklich umlagert waren von Heinersdorf an Bürgern. Da muss man sagen, das ist doch ein unglaublich guter Prozess gewesen.
In Zukunft wünsche ich mir, dass das, was wir eigentlich in Reinickendorf erlebt haben, eine sehr gute Nachbarschaft mit der Gemeinde, dass die hier auch sehr schnell greift, dass die Nachbarschaft funktioniert, dass die Menschen spüren, dass hier friedfertige Menschen sind und dass das Willkommen, das der Bürgermeister ausgesprochen hat, letztendlich ein Willkommen dann für alle und von allen sein wird.
On Friday, the 7th of November, His Holiness inaugurated the Al-Mahdi Mosque in Bradford, UK. Taking 2 years to complete, it cost approximately £2.5 million, all paid for by the members of the community.
And Bradford is on the screens around the world as a new £2.5 million mosque is opened in the city.
Welcome to tonight's News in Focus with Sunrise Radio.
The Ahmadi Muslim community of Bradford are unveiling the £2.5 million Masjid al-Mahdi in the city today, and it's funded solely from voluntary contributions. Women gave up jewellery, children offered their pocket money to make this noble project a reality. Hadrat Mirza Masroor Ahmed, Khalifa of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community, opened the mosque today with Friday prayers.
The Masjid al-Mahdi is one of the largest in the north. It has space for 2,000 worshippers. And Simon Mia is there for us. Simon, I'm sure there are great celebrations today.
Attended the Friday prayers at the inauguration of the mosque. The centre is one of the largest purpose-built mosques in the city and can accommodate more than 2,000 worshippers. The mosque features an 8-metre dome and a huge hall where all community groups are welcome. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community hosted a special reception to mark the inauguration, where various dignitaries from the local community were in attendance.
I accepted Islam not because I was looking in Islam for some solution for my problems, but after a very long and very hard journey in the world of spiritual life and political life. I was amongst the student revolution, I was amongst the hippies, and at the end I found myself completely despaired and hopeless. I was believing myself to be a Christian or a Zen Buddhist, and had no interest in Islam, had no knowledge about Islam. And then I looked in Frankfurt, where I was living, if there's a mosque. And this was in 1969, and there was only one mosque at all in Frankfurt, and that was from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat. And I went there, and the Imam received me with smiles and welcome, and he gave me a better translation of Holy Quran, he gave me a prayer book, and so I started the way of Islamic prayer. And this was helping me to get rid of my sins and of my problems. And then in June 1970, I took Bayat and accepted Ahmadiyyat.
Oh, I was a very strong Christian and I was married. But when this marriage failed and was I in a little crisis, yeah. And in this time I met an Ahmadi, this is my brother. And he told me about Islam. I was investigating Islam, and when I feel it's a better teaching than Christian, and so I accepted last year.
خدا کی ایک سنت ہے خلافت احمدیت احمدیت ایک خلافت ہے خلافت در حقیقت نازم
Allah.
Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu.
رسالت ہے کہ اجرائے خلافت بھی تقاضائے نبوت ہے کہ اجرائے خلافت بھی تقاضائے نبوت ہے خلافت ایک انعام خداوندی کی صورت ہے سروں پر مومنوں کے یہ خدا کا دست شفقت ہے سروں پر مومنوں کے یہ خدا کا دست شفقت ہے خلافت فاتح عالم خلافت باب نصرت ہے خلافت ایک طاقت ہے خدا کا دست قدرت ہے خلافت ایک طاقت ہے خدا کا دست قدرت ہے خلافت مہدی موعود کی زندہ کرامت ہے خلافت مہدی مسعود کی ہم میں امانت ہے خلافت میں